Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank you everybody for staying with us as we got through that. What the hell got somewhat heated towards the end, but I always love those kinds of thought-provoking conversations. We don't have to always agree with each other, but still have great fellowship and come away agreeing to disagree without being disagreeable. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den Legacy Internetradio.com. You want to be down with us, give us a call at 804-402-2893. Continue to hit us up in social media, text message, whatever it is you use to get in contact with us, and we'll definitely make sure that if we can, we'll get your comment on the air, or we'll get your phone call on the air if we can. As we do at this time of the show every single week, we profile a missing and or exploited child. This week's child is Simone Bolton. Simone Bolton's been missing since December 22nd, 2013. She's missing from Virginia Beach, Virginia. She's a black female who's 16 years old. She has black hair, brown eyes. She's 5'2" tall. She weighs 115 pounds. She was last seen on December 22nd, 2013, wearing a turquoise shirt, tan pants, and sneakers. If you have seen Simone Bolton, please contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.com, or call them up by phone at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. As you all know, for as long as we do Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J, we will always profile a missing and or exploited child in every single show. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. These kids may be runaways, they may be taken against their will, but they're kids. And anytime you're under 18 years of age and you're not at home, then I'm going to be looking for you. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. At this time, I'm going to turn the show over to my sister. That's why she's going to lead us in the wise segment. My sister, what you got, girl?
Well, before I do that, I have a question I want to ask you, Ruben, and the listeners. And I just want A or B as your answer, or the name as your answer.
Okay.
Okay?
Good enough for me.
MC Hammer or Pitbull?
MC Hammer, easy. Are you kidding me? That's like the easiest question you ever asked me. MC Hammer.
Pitbull.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave it up to the listeners to send in too, because we're pretty much tied right now, and I'm gonna tell you why this came up.
Okay.
Apparently Pitbull was at an award ceremony. No, the New Year's Eve ceremony in New York. Now I like Pitbull, and I got a phone call, and my phone call was like, "Did you watch it?" And I said, "Yes, babe." And he's like, "Why is MC Hammer out of business with Pitbull in business?" Well, I mean, really, there's no comparison. I said, number one, MC Hammer is not really, in my eyes, and these were all my opinions, he doesn't put on a good show. I like Pitbull's show.
MC Hammer don't put on a good show.
No.
Who is this blind person?
Then, and I'm gonna make it even better. When he got there, I actually had to go to YouTube and play some MC Hammer videos. Now, yeah, other than slipping and sliding across the floor, and I can't even tell you the lines to the songs. I was never an MC Hammer fan. Couldn't be. And I'm like, what song does he have other than Can't Touch This? And he named some song or whatever, made me pull the video, and we watched it. And then I went to YouTube and I pulled Pitbull from New Year's Eve, and I couldn't help but get up and dance. Pitbull doesn't do a whole bunch of dancing, and he doesn't need to. He's got the background dancers there, and they're girls. His setup is so different. MC Hammer's videos look like he pulled everybody up out of bed, they got on stage, and they just, learned the routine and started dancing. That's it. Man, these girls that Pitbull have, they move, they dance. And Pitbull, he jumps in a little bit. He don't wiggle and move all that stuff, and he doesn't have to. The man has good music. His songs are great. I like Pitbull. So then we have a bet. And right now, babe, I know you're listening, it's tied.
It ain't tied when you talk about social media.
Okay,
It
well,
is someone has clear. I'm gonna let you finish whatever you're saying, and then I'll let you know what social media says, because social media has responded.
Okay, and I'm glad, because I'll whatever. But I want to. What they say?
All right. You had one for Pitbull. Priscilla says Pitbull, but I'm thinking she says Pitbull because she likes how he looks, because she follows the word Pitbull by saying yum. I'm guessing yum means
Girl?
he's attractive. But I got Steven Sykes of Enliven Radio. I got Sid of Live Action Captions. I got Michelle K. Robinson, and that's it. All saying Hammer. So there's your.
So that's what, 4 for Hammer.
I said Hammer, and then there's 3 in there, so that's 4.
And now, how many we got for Pitbull?
Well, 1 is social media, Ruben. So that's 4 to 2. And you said
I count 2. Your vote counted.
okay, yeah, all right. So
far I'm only down 1. The night ain't over.
Okay, well we'll see with the rest. We'll see with the
What you got?
Ruben. You got something?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's, and this is, if your feelings get hurt, chart it to the trash can, because I don't care. But here's the thing: I think we have an issue and not just a black community.
Are you going to get real serious when we're talking about Hammer versus Pitbull?
Yeah,
Yes,
give me a
good.
second. Give me a second.
Good.
Well, here's the thing, man. It's not just about Hammer and Pitbull. It's about everything. We tend to latch on to the past so hard that we never give the current present a shot. Now, there is a lot of garbage out here. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of garbage. However, there is some stuff that's actually decent. The problem is, I feel like we have gotten to the point as people have gotten to the point where the old school's better than anything else that ever comes out. And that's not entirely, 1, true, or entirely 2, fair. Because, I'm going to be honest, man. Don't get me wrong. I'll listen to Hammer. I will pump up some stuff every now and then. But you going to sit here and tell me that Hammer is a better performer than his music. Let's just say his music makes you jump harder than Pitbull's. Man, first of all, production's better. And yes, you can sit here and say, oh, but Puffy remade all the stuff, whatever. Pitbull redid some of it. Some of his stuff is brand new. Look, man, I hate that we get to a point where nothing's ever good enough than what it used to be. And that's not exactly true all the time. Now, there is some crap in the present, yes. However, there's a whole bunch of crap in the past that we sometimes tend to like. I'm not going to sit here and say Hammer was great. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that Hammer is better than Pitbull, man, you lost your tree. Especially as far as the type of genre we're talking about, the dance, happy music type of deal.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Just production alone, Pitbull's better. I'm not even talking about lyrics. I'm talking about production alone, Pitbull's better. And it kills me sometimes that we have the non-want to at least give new things a try, to at least sort of conform. We like to stay in the past. And if you want to stay in the past, that's on you. But eventually you got to come up to the present. And if you choose not to come up to the present, then you just looked at as an old fogey. And then nobody wants to deal with you. Because I'm sorry, man. Can't touch this. I like to pray. Really? I'm kind of over that, man. I'm just over that. And I was there. I was a teenager when that stuff came out. But, I'm 40 now, man. I'm not going to sit here and just be like, yeah, man, Pray was a hot track. Man, it's hotter than anything. I can't even say the sentence because it ain't true.
Thank you.
Okay. It's nice that you said all that, but I disagree. Pitbull's whack.
No, not
Game
at all.
over.
Why is Pitbull whack?
Because
say
let's be
game
honest
over?
with you. I'm going to tell you why. Because everything you just said, you were describing me. I don't like today's music, and I don't want to give it a chance.
Well, see, that's not fair.
It is fair. It's
No,
me. Just like you had the right to have your opinion a little while ago when we were
Okay.
talking about the other stuff. But this is
Okay.
my opinion. I have no interest. None.
But it's because you're not willing to give it a try.
Okay.
Yes.
Your
Next
opinion
question.
doesn't count.
Next question. I have no interest
Why do you have no interest to give it a shot?
because I just don't. I don't like today's hip hop. I don't even know if you even want to call it hip hop. I actually, be honest with you, I don't even know if that's what you call it.
I think I would classify him under hip hop.
I guess. But
I don't call Pitbull hip hop. I call Pitbull dance music.
Okay, fair enough, dance music. But I mean,
I'm just saying Pitbull.
My personal musical tastes, basically, I stopped evolving about 10 years ago. Like really, there's a few hip hoppers that came out since then.
You really say hip hoppers?
Yeah,
That's what old people say.
I mean, because
those hip hoppers.
no, because rap,
There's some
because
pop
hip hop is the culture, and rap is what you do in the culture. So, I don't like to use the phrase rappers personally.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but
Personally,
old
I don't
people. Old people.
Okay, all right, fine.
Put a
Old people.
period
I'll be
on.
40 soon, and everybody likes to call me old. They think it's an insult. It's not. You don't get to
I
be
didn't say
old
it was
being
an
no
insult.
fool. And I am the youngest on the panel. Thank you very much. I
youngin'.
went there.
which is even more. Shocking.
I went there, but no, seriously, I just I mean, after about 2003, if it wasn't Eminem or Nas or some of the
You really stopped listening to
I would say
today's-
I stopped listening to it, but it just my interest in being driven to the record store or the iTunes or whatever it is, there's iTunes now, on every Tuesday has started to begin to phase out. And the last record that I bought probably the worst rap record of 2013, which was Magna Carta Holy Grail, which was a miserably terrible album. And Eminem's new album wasn't that great either.
Really?
Have you listened to it? I take it.
I listened to, I mean, and I tried. I listened to both of them several times. I tell you what was good. I don't even think it was in 13, but the one he did with Kanye, Jay-Z and Kanye, that one was actually all right. I think that was in late 11 or early 12, maybe. That's the stuff that I bought. But as far as following the new rappers and stuff, it's just not what I do.
I think that's because you've been oversensitized to it. I mean, because really around the 2000s, they really started just throwing rap or hip hop in your face, and it was hard to see the good from the bad because there was so much bad. You just ignored all of it because it was easier to do so. So I understand where you're coming from, and there are some things where, for me, I mean, I don't really like today's hip hop as a whole. Mm-hmm. I like bits and pieces of it. Mm-hmm. However, I will be honest with you, I have evolved to the part where, as much as I listen to the words, I listen to the beat. Mm-hmm. And first of all, I mean, don't get me wrong.
That's what'll do.
Sons of Mischief, stuff was hot. I mean, back in the day, beats were hot. But I understand, in the late 90s, we have a lot of our favorites retire, like Tribe Called Quest, and then you have Q-Tip come out probably with the wackest album ever.
Everything was miserable.
That song was horrible.
bad.
The remix was okay,
Was even
but
worse.
that song was horrible. So it really just because they try to evolve
Right.
with it. However, they evolved negatively, and that hurt the old school hip hop listeners because dude, you come out with this crap.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. And I know this isn't where you expected this all to go,
That's okay.
but it ended up taking a very interesting turn. I know we talk a lot about that so-called meeting that allegedly happened in 1991, where you had the heads of the record companies and you had the financial backers of all of these private prisons getting together and deciding that they were going to change the tenor of hip-hop, which is coincidentally right around the same time when you started getting a whole lot of gangsterisms taking over the face of hip-hop. When you had groups like Tribe and you had groups like X-Clan and Brand Nubian and groups like that, Souls of Mischief, that began to be phased out by groups like Wu-Tang Clan and NWA and things of that sort. And so, I was youthful in those days, but I'll be honest with you, man, the older I get, I mean, my tastes change, and I give you a perfect example. When you turn on, the oldie station, New Edition is on it, it's like, wow, okay, New Edition's on the oldie station. I mean, my taste, I'll be honest with you, today in 2014, I would much rather listen to Sting than I would Wu-Tang. And that's just my musical tastes are changing. I mean, I love Wu-Tang. I played Wu-Tang on Did They Just Play That last week. But, You know, if I thought people would listen to Sting with me, I'd probably do a Sting night too. I mean, my musical taste.
I'll listen.
My musical taste, there you go, and Garth Brooks too, right?
Yes.
My musical tastes are just different, and that's the reason why I've evolved away from hip hop being my core. It's just no longer my core. When I was a young man, it was my core. It was all I wanted to listen to, and it didn't matter who it was. And the good thing with that was the musical diversity that I get now by listening to Sting on one night, Frank Sinatra on one night, Metallica another night, and Tupac on the next night. The diversity that I get from doing that at nearly 40 is diversity that I used to get 20 years ago when I could put on A Tribe Called Quest, and then I could put on NWA, and then I could put on Big Daddy Kane, and then I could put on LL Cool J, and I got a diversity that in hip-hop. You can't get it like that no more. You just can't. And so I moved on.
Well, and I agree with you. I mean, my tastes have changed as well. You know, as far as hip-hop as a whole, some of it's great. I mean, anything Lil Wayne on, I want to shoot it, you know. But the thing about it is, I think I've moved similar to the way you've moved, Marcus, except instead of adding hip hop, I've added dance music. I don't know why. I just have. And you know, like people like LMFAO, yeah, they whack. However, they are kind of whack. But Party Rock Anthem makes you move.
Yep.
You don't have a choice.
We get a couple of hits of social media. Tony, what's up, girl? That's Tony of Ain't No Hashtag.
What's up,
Hey.
Second Mondays every single month. She'll be here next week. She's Ruben's blowing kisses at you, Tony. I think you got a fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I called you out.
You just gonna blow me up like that?
Yeah, what you gonna think that she gonna think is that's
He
why I'm blowing
puckered up.
kisses? I'm
He
talking.
puckered up, girl.
I'm talking.
I mean, she probably
hears
didn't
a
even
kiss,
hear
so
that.
She knows it's not me.
She probably didn't even
I'm
hear that.
sorry.
But
She's
I
seen
appreciate you blowing me up.
Oh, of
jerk.
course. Anyway, she says Pitbull has always been whack. He's not a rapper. He's a reggaeton guy, which I would say that I would
That's
agree with
about
the
right.
reggaeton thing. She also continues, as a parent, you should know what your child is listening to. Joy can't tell. She likes them both. Priscilla says that Pitbull is club music. So we're still getting comments on the two of them. You know, I mean, it's one of those things, Ruben, when you talked about the production and all of that kind of stuff with Pitbull and how much better than he is, you know, it's one of those things that you can't base it in fact. You can base it in your opinion, no matter how great you think the production is now, it's still your opinion. And your opinion is your opinion, you know, and someone's going to agree with it and someone's not. But, I mean, you like who you like. You know, to this day, I could turn on You Can't Touch This and jam like it was 1990.
Oh, God.
The summer of 1990 comes
my
back to me. If I put on Let's Get It Started and turn this mother out, I turn into that same 14-year-old boy in 1988 that I was when it came out. I was an MC Hammer guy from the moment I first saw him.
You got gold pants?
Nah, I had no gold.
That's trifling.
Kidding me? Nah, I had no gold pants. But nah, I mean, I went to see him in concert. I remember we went to see him in concert at the Meadowlands Arena, the Brendan Byrne Arena in New Brunswick, New Jersey. You had Vanilla Ice open, and you had En Vogue and MC Hammer. You know, was the headliner, and I remember that night. My mom took my sister and me to the concert. We had car trouble, and mercifully we missed Vanilla Ice's entire set. And
Are you trying to say you never liked Vanilla Ice?
I liked Ice Ice Baby. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
I
Just making sure.
I did like Ice Ice Baby.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and let you just do that.
No, because you know me.
Yeah.
You know me. I am that guy. See, there's certain people who will never admit the quirky things they like. I am so not that guy. I am not that guy. I got a cape at home, y'all, and I wear the cape, okay? I am the
You're
weird guy.
Superman.
I am that guy. I got a lightsaber at home, and me and Mama J fight with it. I am that guy, okay? So you're not going to hear me sitting here try to run from the quirky stuff I like. Yes,
I mean,
I liked Ice Ice Baby the first time I heard it.
I thought, you know, I'm gonna be real.
I'm like, that beat is hot. He's whack, but the beat is hot.
I'm gonna be real. You know,
Under pressure.
I'll agree with that.
Yo, the beat was hot.
I don't think I've ever
Yeah, I
said
like
this
that.
to anybody.
Oh, here it comes.
There are like 5 tracks on that album that I could just get down with. On
Vanilla
Vanilla
Ice?
Ice, yeah.
I remember
there
those.
are at least 5 tracks on the album that if you played today, yo, it's on.
I could tell
Under
you.
Pressure was one of
Under
them.
Pressure was the joint.
Stop This Train?
I'll say this.
like that
I don't
beat.
want to make this about Vanilla Ice, but I do remember I was in high school. I was probably a senior in high school, St. Anthony High School in Jersey City, New Jersey. And I remember this kid was a white dude, and his initials are BR. I won't call him out. I know he's not listening, but I know other folks from that era might have been listening. If you remember who BR was, BR and me got into a heated debate because he told me at the time in 1991 that Vanilla Ice was the greatest rapper of all time, and he was dead serious. I'll never forget that discussion. I thought he was out of his mind. I really did. I really thought that there was medicine in his future.
I mean, so was it like one of those arguments like you be having in the barbershop, and the one dude, Rocky Marciano's the best fight ever. Rocky Marciano, what? Rocky Marciano didn't fight nobody. He's undefeated. It was the best fight ever.
It was one of those. It was 174 years old when they fought. He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
Huh?
Yeah,
Do guys really do that when they get there?
Well,
hell yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. You go to a barbershop, and heaven forbid, there's like one white dude in there, and you're talking about boxing, guaranteed. Rocky Marciano is the greatest boxer ever. He went undefeated, and it's like, come on, man, he ain't fight nobody, man.
2014. You really think white guys think that?
No, I'm talking. But if you in a barbershop and you with a bunch of old dudes, you will always have that one who
All
will bring
them
up.
dudes that seen Rocky Marciano
Yeah.
is dead now, man. What are you talking about?
Man, you're crazy.
You
Nah.
mean to tell me you honestly believe that there are people around to this day that seen Rocky Marciano fight?
I ain't say they seen him, but they will sit here and say he was the best boxer ever.
Must be crazy.
You crazy?
Well, I got a question for y'all. You guys.
Hold up, before we do that, I got a
Yes.
retraction. I got to put out something, a
Okay.
retraction. All right. We've been having this battle, Ruben and I, with Said of live action captions for the last few weeks.
That ain't what I think it is.
We've
is
been
it?
having a debate with Said of live action captions, the guy that does all our t-shirts, right? We had this debate about Players Ball, the Outkast song Players Ball.
It's not a Christmas
And
song.
then last time we were on the air, when we did the Free for All show, the last show of 2013, we actually had Said on the air. And we went through it, and I am not willing to say that Outkast Players Ball is a Christmas song. However, I will concede that Outkast made two versions of that song, and we're both right. Said is right, but so are we. And I'll leave it.
I'll take a draw.
So you took a version.
We will leave it at that. And so, when I hung out with Said this weekend, he read me the riot
Got
act
you.
because I gave it to him pretty good on the air. And I gave it to him pretty good on the air. And he was like, "Nah, yo, you need to." And I was like, "You know what? You right." And he cornered me, and he's bigger than me, so I wanted to make sure.
You gave in.
But he's gonna beat me up, man.
Really, Marcus?
Now y'all know me well
Oh,
enough
man.
to know that I'm joking about that, right?
I hope so.
I love that brother though. That's my brother right there. But anyway, and all in good fun. But yes, I will concede, brother. 2 songs of 1 song. Ain't no step with Marcus J. All right, let's get into the whys. I think we had a little fun with the hip hop stuff, but let's get into the whys. What you got?
Thank y'all for your help with that. But I have a question. Ruben, I'm gonna go to you first.
All right, before you do that, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Because I want to make sure that everybody feels included. Melanie, she's a true fighter. I love you, sister. Thanks for listening to us here on Ain't No Hashtag Mark J. Melanie is saying that she loved the Addams Family joint by MC Hammer.
You know what?
It's what they wanted to say. What they wanted to say. Yeah, the Addams Family. That was my joint too, yo. I knew that I wasn't alone, Melanie. Thank you for throwing that in there. I'm sorry.
Whack.
I'm sorry. It wasn't whack.
I'm just
that joint is horrible.
frozen.
Melanie,
at the
I'm
thought.
on an island on this one, but you know what? You here with me. It's just you and me, sister.
You're right
All
about
Go ahead. That's
You
why I'm
can't be
sorry.
on an island if there's no water.
Oh, good grief.
Now,
Anyway,
I have a
whys.
question for you guys and the listeners.
Okay, what you got?
I want to know one resolution you made for the new year.
I don't do that.
Me
What
either.
about you, Ruben?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm relying on the listeners now, and I'm gonna say something first, and then I'll let you tell me why, and let you, Ruben, tell me why. Now, definition of determination is firmness of purpose, according to Oxford. I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between that and your so-called resolutions. Now, you get up sometime in December and say, next year I'm going to do this. Next year I'm going to do that. 2014 came, and I hate to tell you guys this, but you lied again. And you said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to save more money. I'm buying a house. Blah, blah, blah. It sounds like Miss Donovan said that. You've been there. Honestly, kill the resolution. Really, that is my opinion. And I think that if you're still making them, and it's 2014, and you're still making them, and you're making one, or you're making two, and God forbid you're making three, that you told yourself you were going to do before, because nobody else is listening. You told yourself that you were going to do before. You did not do a good job at convincing yourself, because you're doing it again this year. It is your mind. It is your mindset. If you are determined to do something, I mean, who are you fooling by saying, this year I'm going to do that? Just do it. Just do it. Some things, you know, you may be forced into for some reason or another, maybe health reasons. You just don't have a choice. You might as well face it, get your mind right, because that's what you got to do. But there's no such thing as a New Year resolution. Repeat. Three-peat. Oh, that was a Chicago Bulls three-peat. But anyway, Marcus, that's why I don't do them. Why don't you do them?
Essentially the same reason. I mean, for me, it's whack. You can do what you're going to do as an individual, but I think that it's whack to make this grand pronouncement, tell the world, I'm going to start doing this now. And it's good if you're going to start doing it now, but you ain't got to stand on a soapbox and tell the world, just do it. Just do it. If you're going to start going to the gym, then start going to the gym. You ain't got to tell me. I'll know when you start, body starts changing. Yeah. I'll know. You're going to start eating right. I'll know when your skin starts clearing up that you're eating better.
Like that pimple gone.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, for me, it's, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I used to use the phrase, but as I've kind of evolved and kind of changed up a little bit, I just decided that for me, it's just not something that I'm going to verbalize. Now, are there things that in my mind I know that I want to start doing differently?
Right. I
can do that, but I don't need to wait for January 1st to do it. You know what I mean? If I decide that on July 18th that I'm doing something wrong, and once I get clarity on an issue, I ain't got to wait till the first of the year. What if I decide on July 18th that I'm doing it wrong? I'm going to wait for another 4 or 5 months before I decide to start doing it right? You got to wait now
until the next year.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Like, what do? You spend all of December, living in excess and living in gluttony and living those other 7 deadly sins that Ruben had us do a couple of months ago, and you just living it up in December, and then on January 1st you're going to start doing it different. I mean, if that's what you're going to do, then cool, that's fine, but you ain't got to tell me.
It's more like
just do it.
You're trying to convince me
so that I can be your cheerleader.
Than yourself.
Which is cool. Now, if that's what you need, then cool.
Then I'll be a cheerleader.
Because I do realize that it's different for everybody. So if you need a cheerleader, then it's cool. If you need a cheerleader, if you need to say, my New Year's resolution is to start or stop X, and you telling me because you need me to help and support you doing that, and that's your method, then cool. But don't be switching it up, and here we are on February 10th, and that resolution is out the window, unless it was a 1 month resolution. If it's a 1 month resolution, but if you decide I'm gonna change my life and I'm gonna start living like this, and here we are in March, and you back to your old ways, then it's kind of disingenuous.
What about you, Ruben?
Yeah, to me, it's like making a promise that you're not gonna keep. I don't see the point. It's a waste of time to me, because when it's all said and done, I think I'm going to the gym today. 6 o'clock come around, I ain't going to the gym.
Ooh, it's too cold outside.
It's just no.
I'll walk around the
real
house.
point, and it's almost. Like Mark said, it's kind of disingenuous. But I understand. For some people need that, and I get it. But honestly, I don't need that, because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna find a way not to do it. Hey, I'm not gonna eat that cake over there. Man, that cake looks lonely. It's just one of those things. If I don't eat it, it's gonna go bad. I mean, what kind of
Doesn't
crap is
make-
that?
yeah.
It's just no point. There's no point in doing it to yourself, and that's too much of a stress level.
You know,
I'm cool with having little stress. I got other things more important to stress
worry
about,
Yep.
like if I'm gonna freeze tonight, that sort of thing. So
So pretty much, Marcus, anybody from social media had a resolution that they put in there?
I don't see any as of yet, but
Okay.
I mean, it's out there. The question is out there. So
Yeah.
if you had resolutions, New Year's resolutions, why? What were they and why? Joy's actually, she's saying doing better. So yeah, there is. Actually, there are a couple comments. Let me get them in here. Joy is saying that she's on it. She's doing better. Just do it. So she's agreeing.
Yep.
Tony's saying that she doesn't make resolutions. It's usually something you're not going to do. You should always strive to make yourself better, do better. That's her lifetime resolution, if you will. But the best me, be the best me that I could be. Don't need to wait till next year. And if I fall back a little bit, it's not the end of the world. Keep it moving, which is essentially the general consensus. So,
Yeah. So, just basically, it wasn't so much to go into. It's just kind of more like, to me, common sense. If you want to do something, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Set your mind to doing it. There's no need to tell me and the next person and the next person. Again, like we said earlier, unless you're looking for some support, then I will be more than happy to do that. But I'm not going to jump on your bandwagon and help you, convince you that that's what you want to do, because you're not convincing me. It doesn't affect me at all. If you want to do something, set your mind to it. Go ahead and do it.
Just do it. I feel the same way, man, because, I understand why people do it. I mean, I don't mean to speak ill of anybody that chooses to do it. It's just not something that I'm interested in doing in that way, because, personally, I don't feel like I need to do it. But because I don't feel like I need to do it doesn't mean that I wouldn't support somebody who does. So I don't mean for my comment to come off too aggressive towards those people, because some people need to use the phrase resolution so that they feel like they have a goal, something to work towards. And so if you're that person, by all means, rock on. And if you're that person and you're in my circle and you need assistance, I'll be there.
Yep, right there
for you. It's just the question was posed to me, as far as me, and as far as me, I don't need it. I don't need it.
I got a comment from William.
What up, Will? Is he listening right now?
Yeah, that loser's listening.
Oh man,
Whoa,
Will. It's
why
like
you gotta
that?
be all that?
How you gonna talk about my friend Will?
Easy. Talking about
I think you need
how
to chill.
is Hammer doing?
I need you to apologize
Yeah,
to my
really?
friend Will.
Yes.
You baby.
Nah, man.
No, you need to do a lot than that.
Nah, man. I need more than that. Will, I got you, bruh. I got you.
No, he sent me a loser-like comment. How is Hammer doing? I don't know. He broke. I have no clue.
You better be nice.
Why don't I
that's
call
funny, but you
Pitbull and ask Pitbull?
I mean, that's
to call
funny, but you
Hammer?
ain't had to diss him like that on the radio.
Yeah, man, she
No,
dissed
because he
him,
think
man.
he funny.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is what it is, but you ain't got to diss the man on the radio. That's the problem with. I'll get to it in my section.
That's all right though, Will. When we go to break, so we don't embarrass her on the
Yes,
the
they're
air.
gonna get me, honey.
We gonna handle that. We gonna handle that. Ain't no half
He knows
stepping.
I'm kidding.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. They in here social media and it up. They having a good old time. And then Priscilla says her resolution this year was to stop the nonsense of making resolutions.
That's a good one.
Get it, girl. I could dig it. Michelle says hers is to have more patience. And they're laughing at each other. Tony's getting a kick out of Priscilla's comment. Michelle's personal journey to continue losing weight. And they're giving Priscilla and Tony are giving Michelle support with regards to that one. So I can
funny?
appreciate that. And see, the sisters in social media, they don't even know each other, and they're giving each other love. See
There goes that support.
See how Ain't No Hashtag with Marcus J
Oh
is
my
bringing
God, I
people
like
together.
that.
Anybody that wants to call us up and share some love, call us at 804-402-2893. We got a new phone system, y'all, so
And I
we
know.
excited, and we need y'all to help us use it so we can get comfortable using it. So call us up.
Call somebody. Just call and say Happy New Year.
804-402-2893. I'm sorry, you was gonna say something?
What?
If y'all could see
no.
the look on her
Who's
face,
practicing
man.
patience this year? Michelle?
I think
Who was
Michelle.
it?
Let me go back through the comments. I think it was Michelle that said that. Yes, Michelle is to have
But you
more
know what's funny?
more patience.
Most of us will say, we don't have that much patience. Some of us are patient. But the one thing that makes you practice patience, is it not your job? Is it not work that makes you practice patience? Because if I had to say what I wanted to say when I'm at work, I may have a job.
I guess we be calling them out. We getting a call from somebody, so I'm not sure who.
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Because with the new phone system that we have, we're so glad to have the new phones. But one thing that we cannot do is screen the calls. So caller, you on the air with us.
Well, we can hang up on you if we need
Who
to.
that
Oh,
is?
stop it! You gonna be nice to my callers?
Okay, y'all better not hang up on me. This is
Who that
Tony.
It's Tony, y'all. It's Tony. What's up, girl? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
See there. See, I call
what?
out.
What's
the
up, Tony?
I call out the people and I say, get us some phone love. And my sister Tony holds me down once
There you
again.
go,
Thank you, girl. How you
girl.
doing?
I'm doing okay. Trying to stay warm. I hope I don't freeze up in this piece.
You ain't turned on your heat, girl?
Oh my goodness! Don't be one of those people all scared of
yeah.
the cold.
It's going to be so cold that the more you turn up the heat, the colder you're going to feel.
There you go.
We getting another hit in social media. Before Tony, I'm gonna let you get your comment in. Melanie is still listening to us. Thank you, True Fighter. She's saying, she makes goal setting something attainable and can measure via short and long term.
There you go.
So I can definitely dig that. Tony, what you want to get on, girl?
Well, I guess with regards to the resolutions, I don't make resolutions anymore. I think it got to a point where it was really stressful for me to think of resolutions to make. So I kind of do more of an evaluation, looking at my goals, maybe whatever my life goals were or are, what progress I've made maybe over the past year. And what steps I need to take this year to get closer to something. Some things I can mark off my list, but I don't do resolutions. It's more of just reevaluating my life and kind of what I want to do this year.
That's cool.
Nah, I can dig it, man. I appreciate it. Tony, thank you for calling and thank you for helping us practice using the new phone system.
Girl, it's so nice. You so Z.
All you got to do
really
is press
nice.
a button and then you right there. Happy New Year, girl.
Happy New Year. Y'all be safe.
All right,
You
got
too.
Ain't No Half Steppin with Marcus J. We're going to take a break. And then when we come back, Big Rube, Round Table, Controversy. You know how he do. Marcus J with the crew. We be back in a minute. Ain't No Half Steppin with Marcus J live from the den.